Night news, the Princess of Wales flying home after spending her last day brightening a young man's life. Fears the Zairean crisis is about to engulf neighbouring nations. And Australian artists pay tribute to conductor Brian Stacey, killed on the eve of his latest show.
The Late Night News with Tracy Spicer.
Good evening. First tonight, the Princess of Wales spent her last day in Australia cheering up a young man's life and giving support to an important cause. Now she's on a Qantas jet heading home to London and a verdict on the success of her tour.
The Princess of Wales became the Lady in Red. The Royal Rehabilitation Centre at Ryde was her destination, and she had a very special visit to make.
Can you tell me what it means to you to have this visit?
It's a great honour, actually, yeah. I'm very grateful for you coming out here to see me.
18-year-old Ben Robertson is the son of Captain Brian Robertson, who served as Princess Diana's equerry during her 1985 tour here. He was left a quadriplegic after an accident during a school rugby union match in June, and now has a foundation in his name to help raise money for other students suffering such accidents.
Could you tell me a little bit about how the visit came about?
Oh, my uncle, I think he faxed the princess and got a reply as a yes.
And the princess was pleased to be there until Ben mentioned some secrets he'd learned from his father during the last tour.
Quiet, please, Ben.
As the family posed for photos, Diana spoke for the first time about this tour down under.
I've enjoyed it enormously, thank you very much, yes.
And the reception's been pretty good.
It has, as all the visits have been whenever coming to Australia.
This visit is of personal importance to the Princess. She was determined to meet with Ben Robertson to give his spirits a lift. But her appearance here will have the added benefit of putting the spotlight on spinal injury care and research.
I hope it will, yeah. It'd be great if it did. We really need to find a cure.
The princess farewelled the Robertson clan fondly.
Bye-bye, young lady. Thank you for looking after me.
Before indulging in a now expected round of pressing the flesh.
It's for me. Thank you very much, ladies.
Again, a large crowd had formed and she didn't disappoint, accepting armfuls of flowers before visiting another section of the hospital. A change of frock and Di was on her way home. Late this afternoon, the well-heeled fans of Double Bay lined the streets to farewell the real princess who's been in their midst. Diana is headed back to London, where she'll be able to gauge firsthand the crucial reaction of the British media to her Down Under tour. Angela Bishop, 10 News.
Controversial independent MP Pauline Hanson is again under fire. A panicky tourism industry is blaming her for several cancelled tours from Asian countries and wants the Prime Minister to come to their rescue.
Australia may be calling, but Asia, it seems, has stopped listening. This new ad campaign unable to prevent a string of cancellations from Asian tour groups in the past few weeks. And outraged industry leaders have few doubts why.
It's Pauline Hanson's fault. They believe, they'll be spat in the face and need an agreement when they step off the plane.
The Tourism Task Force says it's time for a rescue package. It's calling on the federal government to establish a $25 million war chest and a major battle plan to combat the Hanson fallout. And most importantly, it wants John Howard to start making some soothing noises.
But we want the government to come out and make some very strong statements within Asia.
That backed today by a Human Rights Commissioner who told Channel 10's Meet the Press John Howard should have acted stronger and sooner.
To dignify with the word debate what we have had and what we have experienced in the last 2 months is a gross misstatement of what has occurred. What has occurred is an outbreak of racism.
The issue will remain on the boil in Parliament this week. The Senate to debate a motion about how John Howard should handle Pauline Hanson. But Aboriginal Affairs Minister John Heron says the issue is over, that support for Pauline Hanson is waning. And Chris Sidoti says calls to the Human Rights Commission back that up.
We have seen a complete turnaround. It's now running 7-1 against Pauline Hanson and her opinions.
Tracy Chamberlain, 10 News.
The Queensland Government is facing a new crisis, with Police and Corrective Services Minister Russell Cooper fighting for his political life. Mr Cooper faces new claims of striking a deal with a union to win votes at the Mundingburra by-election.
Mr Cooper is the focus of a new Criminal Justice Commission inquiry. It's investigating allegations by Townsville prison officers that he struck a deal with them just before Queensland's Mundingburra by-election, which swept Mr Cooper's National Party to power.
This wasn't done lightly. This was something that was done, I think, with the best of intentions. I think this has to be brought into the light of day. I mean, we're talking about accountable government.
The eagerness that I've seen at the CJC to want to continually investigate me, to my mind, is tantamount to persecution. These allegations that have been made as far as the Townsville and Mundingburra by-election, the Townsville prison officers, are completely without foundation.
It's claimed Queensland's National Party volunteer Matt Heary was also involved, assuring the union it would be looked after. He couldn't be reached for comment.
No one had any authority to make any agreements with anyone.
Queensland's opposition is calling for Mr Cooper to be stood down until inquiries are completed. Mr Cooper is also facing another pre-election deal claim, the focus of the beleaguered Carruthers inquiry. That may now resume, as new laws to enable Inquiry Chief Ken Carruthers to resume work will almost certainly be passed in Parliament. Sharon Marshall, 10 News.
Australia's arts community staged a moving tribute in honour of Sunset Boulevard's late musical director Brian Stacey. The 49-year-old conductor was killed while riding his motorcycle home 2 days before the show opened in Melbourne.
Backed by an orchestra comprised of Brian Stacey's protégés, Marina Pryor sang from the heart. Stacey had been her musical director on stage and in the recording studio. His recent death after a hit-and-run accident came on the eve of Sunset Boulevard's opening night. But the memorial at Melbourne's Concert Hall was intended as a celebration of a brilliant, much-loved and often eccentric man.
A few weeks ago, he told me that should he pop off, to throw him on a rubbish heap and have a big party.
Dad took a very unique approach to fatherhood. Who else's dad rode a motorbike, had an earring, and wined and dined them from the age of 4.
Dedicated to theatre and music, Stacey always remained close to his daughters.
We're being very self-indulgent this evening and are wearing the dresses bought for us by Dad for the opening of Sunset Boulevard.
1,000 friends, colleagues and admirers enjoyed a concert to remember for a man they won't forget. Kelly Russell, 10 News.
Coming up next in the Late Night News, Zairans call for open war with neighbouring states and demands for peace as Israelis remember assassinated leader Yitzhak Rabin.